Hello guys out there, my name is Roby Martinez.
And I'm Cory Gilchrist.
And welcome to the Cinematic Experience! And today we are...
Stop.
What now, Cory?
It's the Cinematic Dimension podcast. Not the Cinematic Experience.
Okay, Cinematic
Dimension.
Okay, again. Hello guys out there, my name is Raider Martinez.
And I'm Cory Gilchrist.
And welcome to the Cinematic Dimension podcast. This is podcast number 2 and we are ready to go live.
Yes, this is our first official podcast after a very successful test run, and we're happy to be here, folks.
Okay, Cory, let us know please, what topics are we discussing today?
Alright, so our first topic up today is the Tomb Raider trailer, the first trailer to the upcoming March 18th reboot of the Tomb Raider series has just dropped, and it stars Alicia Vikander as the new lead role, taking over from Angelina Jolie's previous 2 Tomb Raider films. So, Roby, what'd you think?
Well, I to be honest, I just watched the trailer today, and I mean, I'm excited. I like it. This girl, what's the name of the girl?
Alicia Vikander.
Alicia Vikander. She seems to fit really well in the role for like Tomb Raider. I don't know, what do you think, Cory?
Well, it's interesting when they you had the first 2 Angelina Jolie films, which were fun action films of their times, which are early 2000s. But since then, the characters changed very much in the game world, and this actress really fits the new Lara Croft, and I think she looks perfect.
Yeah, but like what we watch in the trailer, I mean, we can imagine like a lot of like this film is going to be packed with a lot of action scenes and everything. So I don't know if the director is already showing too much in the trailer to be just like the first one, but I don't know, what do you think?
Well, I got a very good vibe from it. I think that it felt like the video games. I played the video games, and that very Indiana Jones go into the jungle action adventure. I mean, there's one scene where she's trying to walk over a breaking plane, an old plane that's about to crumble into a waterfall, and that's like exactly the type of thing you would see in a video game.
Yeah, I remember the same actually when I was a child, that I used to play the Tomb Raider video games, and yeah, you are right. I think the same, that this kind of stories or this kind of film is gonna follow like the direction of the Indiana Jones movies, just with the feminine version or the female version, right?
Yeah, I mean, but when you played those games, they were really different. I mean, you're talking PlayStation 1 days. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so nowadays you got like Uncharted, and Uncharted has been trying to get a movie going for years, and they can't figure it out. And I watched this trailer, and I kind of get a little frustrated of why can't they just make an Uncharted movie when they just did this Tomb Raider that is pretty much exactly the same as what a Nathan Drake Uncharted movie would be like.
Yeah, but remember, I mean, I think we were discussing this last time, that about the new generations, they don't know this kind of stories or video games. So the industry, they are trying to bring back like this kind of stories for the new generations. And in my point of view, I think it's gonna work, because the trailer seems to be really good. The photography of the film, like
it looks like
with the open natural places and everything, it seems that it's going to be like a really good thing.
Yeah, it looks like they cast her right, because it came down between Alicia or Rey, Daisy Ridley from The Force Awakens.
It's gonna be released next year, right?
Yeah, March 18th, I believe. But going back to the casting, I think that I wanted them to cast Rey because Daisy Ridley seems like she would do good in that. But now looking at Alicia Vikander in full costume and acting here, she looks perfect for the role.
Another important thing, Cory, about the actress Alicia Vikander, I mean, if you have seen her in her last films, she's right now ready to do the jumping from like drama films to an action film, right?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like her in Jason Bourne because she had this American accent that did not work at all. It was very deep. It's like, where's Jason Bourne? You know, that's what she sounded like, and it didn't work. So I was a little worried from that because that's most of the experience I had.
So we can say right now that probably this role as a Tomb Raider protagonist is gonna be like her biggest role right now, right? Or her most important role right now in her career.
To a wide audience.
It could be like the breakout for her.
Because she's an Academy Award winner for the, I believe it was for that film she did with Eddie Redmayne. The Danish Girl. That is what she won
for. Did she win or she was just nominated?
No, she won Best Supporting Actress.
Okay.
So she can act.
Yeah, she can act. That's what we agree with that. So probably will be a really good film from next year. Maybe some one that can be like in the top 10 for 2018. But we will see.
I don't know about that. There's a lot coming out in 2018. We're looking forward to it, and let's go on to the next topic.
Okay, guys. Now we are gonna talk about what we saw this week in the news about the returning of Linda Hamilton to the Terminator franchise. What do you think about maybe the return of one of like the well-known faces of the Terminator trilogy?
Sarah Connor, she's coming back now. Come on! Oh, I'm really excited about this. Yeah, I'm really good in my arms and voice. Yeah, so James Cameron has decided to jump back into the Terminator game because the rights go back to him in 2019, but he decided to start the process of this 2 years earlier, working with Deadpool director Tim Miller on making a Terminator 6, which is going to, of course, start a new trilogy. But the most fascinating part of this new trilogy is that it's going to ignore Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, ignore Terminator 4, Salvation, and ignore the most recent Terminator 5, Genesis, and be a direct sequel to Terminator 2, one of the best sci-fi films of all time, Terminator 2, Judgment Day. What do you think?
Well, Cory, I don't know if this is gonna work because, I mean, James Cameron, he's really good, but honestly, I don't know if this is like a good step, like trying to bring him back the Terminator stories. I think we are already done with it. I mean, the best film we have discussed this is Terminator 2. The other ones are are not so good as Terminator 2. So I don't know if this is gonna work. I mean, I really like this girl. Linda Hamilton is a really good actress in my opinion, but I don't know. I'm not just talking about this actress. I'm talking about in general the general idea of bringing back Terminator. I don't know if it's gonna work with the audiences. Maybe yes, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not sure about it.
But come on, it's a Terminator. Of course you're going to see my movie. You're going to pay if you like it or don't like it. I mean, come on. I got nothing else going on. I'm trying to do Conan and it's not working. Alright, that's a little much. But I think it's a great idea. I mean, I love all the Terminators. I mean, I was in the very first audience to see Terminator 5, so I'm a little biased because I was so excited when that was announced, and to see one of the first eyes to witness that clouds my judgment a little. But I understand the problems with it. It erased all the good parts of Terminator by messing with the timeline. And I was a little worried that would be it, especially for Arnold. And I think Cameron deciding to come back and say, let's start this up again and do one more trilogy and finish it off right with Arnold and bringing back Linda Hamilton will be cool. And Judgment Day was so good, and it ended by pretty much destroying Cyberdyne and Skynet and saving the world. So if it's a sequel to Judgment Day, how does that work? What happens in the movie for Skynet to still go on? And that's something that kind of gives me chills to think about. That's how excited I am.
But Cory, come on. I mean, the core...
Like Arnold, come on.
The core of Terminator is Arnold. And he's already like 71 years old, or I'm not sure if 70 or 71 or 72 years old. I mean, how do you think this actor
he looked fine
is gonna be ready to be filming this new movie? I mean, if you are telling me that most of the shootings are gonna be like created by computer, I mean, come on. Then why to try to make another Terminator movie? I mean, for me, it doesn't make sense.
Well, they're gonna make it because it's still such a fascinating concept and property.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fascinating concept and property.
But
come on, we already have the original one. Why you try to be messing with those movies and try to bringing back something that probably is not gonna work?
No, I think it's gonna work this time. They tried 3. I really like 3 actually. 4 is all set in the future with Christian Bale's John Connor, and that's really underrated. Underrated actually. And like 5, we talked about a little. It messes with the timeline, but it is what it is. And I think you have to leave Terminator on good terms.
Well, guys, I
want to point one more thing is that technically they already made a Terminator 2 sequel with Terminator 2 Judgment Day 3D Battle Across Time at Universal Studios Hollywood in Florida. It's a great 3D ride. Have you been on it?
No, I haven't.
Oh god, it's amazing. It's the best 3D you're ever going to see. It's still there. It opened in the late 90s and it's still going.
So you are telling me that I need to go.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's canon now. So maybe it goes Terminator 2 Judgment Day, and then Terminator 2 Battle Across Time. So
I will put it on my to-do list, right? I need to go there and try it. Well, guys, as you are listening right now, we have a divided opinions about what to think about maybe the new or next Terminator installment. So please let us know after we finish the podcast. Let us know your comments about what do you think about maybe this new movie with Linda Hamilton. Well, Cory, what's the next topic to discuss?
All right, speaking of 80s action heroes, we got my man Stallone back in the news. So this is interesting.
Another old man, right? We were discussing about the age of Arnold, and we have another 70 guy. Okay, what do you think about maybe this new movie, Escape Plan 3?
Age is just a number. So, he did Escape Plan in 2013 with Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was a fun action movie, prison escape movie. So, he decided to do an Escape Plan 2, which is coming out in 2018, without Arnold, and stars Dave Bautista with him instead. And we're looking forward to that, and that comes out sometime in 2018, I believe. But what's interesting about this property is that they already started filming Escape Plan 3 before 2 even came out. And it looks like Stallone and Batista are returning, and production is well underway on Escape Plan 3. What are your thoughts on Escape Plan 3 without even Escape Plan 2 debuting in theaters?
Well, you know what I think about Sylvester Stallone? He's one of my favorite actors for sure, because I love Rocky. Now, I think that he had the same problem that Arnold. You are telling me that age is just a number, but come on, for action films, it's a really, really important thing. But honestly, also, I'm really interested about this movie because for Dave Bautista. I mean, right now, he's one of the well-known actors for his movie Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
So he's a really well-known face between the audiences with the young generation. So probably it will work. I mean, we can bring back like many youngers to the movie theaters and watch this movie. Maybe it's gonna work. Maybe not. We will see.
Well, the movie's gonna be fun. I mean, this guy's a legend. Rocky's had such an impact on my life, all the Rocky films. Now, the only thing that scares me about already filming Escape Plan 3 is it smells a little of straight to DVD. And straight to DVD is like, there's so many action films that just go straight to DVD and on demand. And doing a 3, I kind of get the feeling that the quality is not going to be that top notch, and it's just going to be straight to iTunes. And that's not what Stallone is. I mean, Arnold's even had to go that route a few times, and he has a few straight to DVDs now. And I never want to see Stallone go straight to DVD. And that's what I'm worried about with filming already underway.
Yeah, you are right. Thinking about to be worried.
Bruce Willis too. He's not in theaters anymore. All his movies aren't.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you are right about being worried about this movie that can go directly strictly to DVD. Because come on, we already know that if this movie is planning or is being planning to go directly to DVD, that means equal, like directly to DVD means equal to low budget movie.
Yep.
So this brings a lot of problems to the table. Why? Because we are gonna see like low budget action scenes, but special effects. So I mean, I don't know if this is gonna work. And also, I feel that this is not fair for an action figure as Sylvester Stallone. I mean, if you are telling me that he's going to finish his like acting career as a like low budget actor, come on. So
no, and he dropped Expendables 4 to go ahead and do this Escape Plan trilogy. So he obviously has faith in it, and we always have faith in him. So it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. But either way, I'll be there. Check him out. All right, so let's go to our next topic, and our next topic is a bit interesting here. So what do we got, Ruby?
well, Cory, we have a big following week, right? Next week is
TV
a big week for TV shows.
The shows are back.
Most of the shows are coming back with new seasons, with excited seasons, and plus we have like a new show that we are for sure really excited to hear about, right?
Yeah, so what are you looking forward to next week, man?
For next week, we have on Monday, we can start discussing about the new medical drama that is going to be named The Good Doctor within an NBC. What do you think about this show, Cory?
The Good Doctor. Honestly, it looks like a show that was put together well, but at the end of the day, it's going to get canceled. It stars the guy from Willy Wonka and The Bates Show, which he's a good actor, but there's so many medical shows out there, man. I give it a few months before it's gone.
Well, I disagree with you, my friend, because this good Doctor show is based on a Korean show. This was like a big show on Korea. So I
just
have
because
like,
it's in Korea means it's going to be successful here.
I think
was
so.
Was it North or South?
South Korea. South Korea. Why you ask me this question? In North Korea, they don't watch TV. It's prohibited by the government.
Doesn't mean they don't have the Good Doctor. Monday's night at 7.
No, I mean, I have a higher expectation for this show because, I mean, I really like the actor who is going to be the protagonist. So I think it's gonna work.
Charlie
I mean, it seems to be like similar to those drama shows, like medical shows like Grey's Anatomy.
Mm-hmm.
So probably it will work. I don't know. And also NBC is trusting in this show because it's gonna get the prime time.
And we also got Marvel's coming with a few shows. You got Marvel Inhumans and X-Men's Runaways. So it'll be interesting to see. Or wait a minute, I think I said that wrong. Marvel Runaways, different show. The Gifted is the X-Men show, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all sound the same.
Yeah,
so
Marvel's Runaways is gonna be on Hulu.
Yeah, that's right. So quickly on the Inhumans, they had the IMAX premiere with the first 2 episodes, which I went to check out. And I'll just say, if you like Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you'll like Inhumans. If you don't like S.H.I.E.L.D., you're not going to like Inhumans. That's all there is to say about that. But it's a limited 8-episode run, so we'll see how it goes.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I haven't watched these episodes right now. But I mean,
see them when they premiere.
Yeah, I'm going to wait for the premiere, but I don't know what to expect about this show because if you have listened other reviewers or if you have read like some stuff online, you can see that actually like the reviews are really bad for this show. So yeah. I don't know if it's gonna work for the general audience. So we will see. We will need to wait for this week that is going to start the Inhumans Marvel show on ABC. So let's tune and watch it and let us know your opinion because we don't know what to expect about this show.
And The Gifted will be interesting because supposedly it's in the X-Men universe. But there was another show that was supposedly in the X-Men universe on FX, which was Legion. And Legion is a really artistic show, but it barely, at bare minimum, connects to X-Men. And I'd like to see more connectivity in the X-Men universe.
Yeah, like with this show, The Gifted on Fox, I mean, just about after watching the trailer, I'm really excited. I don't know if the show is gonna be good, but Fox is like putting a lot of money on the marketing for this show, so probably it's gonna be one of the biggest show on fall. So I don't know also what to expect, but in my opinion, with the money that Fox is investing in this show and what I have seen on the first scenes or the first trailers, I mean, I'm really like ready to start that show, to be watching it because I think it's gonna be good.
And another interesting one to talk about is the new Star Trek show, Star Trek Discovery. which is going to be exclusively on CBS All Access, so you have to pay to watch it. But even though you have to pay to watch it, it's kind of cool that Star Trek is back.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that the Star Trek franchise in some ways coming back, but I don't know if it's gonna help like the limited audience that the show is gonna have, because like not everybody's gonna be
pay, yeah.
not everybody's gonna be paying like for the in which
CBS All
CBS. I think not so many people there are gonna be paying CBS just to watch the Star Trek show.
Yeah.
So I don't know if having that limited audience is gonna support to maybe approval for a next season. So I don't know.
I mean, it's also in the original universe, not in the new Chris Pine Star Trek universe.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting, and it's kind of cool because actually this summer I watched all 80 of the original 1966 Star Trek episodes, even the original unaired pilot. So I'm kind of Star Trek out now, but I still want to check this out. And I think they're putting the first episode on regular TV for people to see it. So I definitely check that out. But as far as paying monthly to see it, I might wait a little.
And also, Cory, don't you think this fall, the audience is gonna be saturated with many Star Trek kind of shows? Because we already started watching the Orville show on Fox.
Yeah,
it started 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. I don't remember well. But if you have seen it, you can feel the story or the screenplay of this show is really well based on a Star Trek franchise.
No,
it's really similar.
The Orville is Star Trek.
Exactly,
and that's why it's a little jarring to watch. Because you think it's either going to be a parody or a tribute. But I've only seen the first 2 episodes, and they are exact replicas of Star Trek. And I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know if I should like that, because I kind of like it, but at the same time, I'm like, why are you just copying the same format that the original series
Exactly.
did?
I have the same problem, or I feel the same with this show. And also, I mean, if we already have this show that right now is in the 3rd episode, I think, I mean, I don't know if it's going to work to put another show but in an exclusive way, just for limited audience that is gonna pay for the service. So I don't know how that's gonna work. Having in Fox the Orville and having on CBS the Star Trek.
Yeah, you can get the cheaper version of Star Trek for free on Fox.
Exactly. Yeah.
But even if that doesn't work, let's say it get canceled after 1 season, like Firefly did, I can see it building up a huge cult following at the Comic-Cons with panels and people dressing up. But we'll see how it goes. And so there's a lot of shows coming, and we're looking forward to that. Any more shows you want to talk about, or should we go to our final topic?
Well, I just want to talk about, I'm really excited waiting for next month, because Stranger Things 2 is coming back on Netflix. What do you think about this show, Cory?
Well, I was late to the game. I saw the first season this summer.
But do you agree that it was a really good show, right?
Yeah, it was really good. I feel like the hype was set up a little too high when I watched it, that it took me a few episodes to fall in love with it, but I'm really excited. We'll see. The kids are growing up, so that might be a little bit of a problem. But you got the new Hellboy in there. You got Winona Ryder. So it should be cool to see if they can pull it off for sequels.
Yeah, I'm also really right now happy, because we are just 1 month away to start watching again Stranger Things, a show that for sure I love it. So I think this 2nd season is gonna be great, even maybe better than the first one. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a huge success again for Netflix. Plus, before going to the next topic, guys, I'm just going to remind you, another show that are coming back this week is we have on Fox for next Friday, we have The Exorcist. Ooh. We have Lucifer.
Lucifer's back.
We have
Little Weapon.
We have The Flash on CW.
You got the Big Bang Theory spinoff.
The Big Bang Theory is coming back this Monday, and also that's an interesting thing, because we didn't discuss this, but with Big Bang Theory is coming back a new show that is related. We have Young Sheldon on the same channel, right?
Yeah.
We have CBS, so it will be good, or it will be interesting to watch both shows, and let's see how they relate or how they work together, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of the show, but I'm glad they're getting another show for the fans to watch, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay, well, guys, we are jumping right now
to our final topic,
and it's one that maybe it's gonna be everybody is gonna be talking this weekend because we are going to have like a little movie critique with a movie that is released or is going to be released this weekend, and we are talking about the Kingsman, the Golden Circle, Kingsman second part.
So quick heads up, we are in spoiler territory now. We just got out of seeing Kingsman, the Golden Circle, and we're going to talk about it a little. So, who wants to go first? You want to go first?
Well, you can go first because I know for sure that you like the movie, and I have many stuff to say about the movie.
When it comes to Kingsman, the first movie was a real shock. I mean, I almost didn't go see it in the theater because it didn't look good at all. But I was blown away with what Matthew Vaughn was able to do and make a unique spy movie that's fun and comedic. And I couldn't wait for the sequel. And it came out in 2015, so a 2017 sequel is not that long to wait. But it came out in September, and usually September movies are horrible, so I was a little worried. But I just went to see it, and I gotta say, it's not as good as the first one, but I had a great time watching this movie.
Well, let me tell you guys, I completely disagree with my friend who is next to me. Because for me, I mean, at the beginning, before going to the movie theaters, I was skeptical already. Because I have been listening many bad stuff about this movie.
Which you shouldn't do. You shouldn't be looking at reviews before you see a movie.
Yeah, Cory, but like this time, sometimes I agree with you. I mean, sometimes the reviewers, in my opinion, are wrong or are judging really hard a movie or a film. But I mean, in this case, I feel like they are on the same way. Like I feel right now. I mean, after watch this movie, I just can say that. I mean, I don't know if I can say that if this is even a popcorn movie. I mean, this movie is really bad. Nothing works in this film, guys. Nothing. I mean, all the good things that we saw in the first film, like, they were completely erased. And in this second installment, I mean, I don't know the director what was trying to do. I mean, this film feels dumb, feels cheap. So I don't know. I mean, we cannot say that the movie didn't get good actors. I mean, there are good actors in the film. We have, for example, the protagonist who is Taron Egerton. We have
Firth.
Yeah, and we have also like the well known old actor from Hollywood like Halle Berry. Mm-hmm. We have this guy from Channing Tatum,
who was barely in the movie.
We have Jeff Bridges. Mm-hmm. So we have like really well known faces in the industry. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe the biggest problem with this movie is the story, the screenplay, because I don't know. I mean, I right now after the movie, I feel like really frustrated. I feel angry that I spend money on this film because honestly, I mean, I'm not telling you don't go to the movie theaters and watch it. I mean, if you really want to get a good idea about the film, you need for sure to watch it. But honestly, I don't know if this is gonna work for everybody. I mean, after watching the film. Probably it will be this film one of the biggest disappointments of 2017.
Whoa.
Because I don't think it's gonna work.
The Mummy came out, so nothing's.
Yeah, I mean, we agree with that also. Yeah, the movie with Tom Cruise is. I think right now from
the
here.
Mummy is the bar
from here to until December, probably no any other movie is gonna take that place for sure. In 2017, the Mummy will be, I think, the worst movie of the year.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I will see another one from here to December. But in my opinion, this Kingsman movie, the Golden Circle, I will put it on the second place of the worst movies of the year because it's really bad, guys. I mean, I was like, honestly, this is supposed to be an action film. But I mean, I just want to sleep during the film. I didn't enjoy it. I mean, I was frustrated the whole film, just feeling that why these guys film this kind of movie. For me, it was like a big piece of garbage. I don't know, Cory. I don't know. I know you love it. You were telling me that you really like the story and everything. But no, I mean, for me, it feels like a cheap film with cheap effects. I don't know what else to say because I didn't like it for sure.
Well, I gotta say, it was a good filibuster you did there. And had a good rant against the Kingsman. But as I talked to you when we came out of the theater, you're looking at it from the wrong perspective. This isn't the Daniel Craig James Bond. This isn't Jason Bourne that's all serious and depressed and sad and lonely. This is over-the-top, fun action. It's like I compared it to the old Pierce Brosnan movies, to James Bond movies that I love. And it's over the top. Of course, a lot of the things that happen in the movie can't happen in real life at all. But that's the fun of it. That's what movie is. Movie's an escape to a reality.
Well, Corey, but when you tell me that, I feel like you are trying to say that I have something or against like the Kingsman, and that's not it. I mean, I love the first film. For me, the Kingsman #1 or the first film, it was amazing. It's one of my favorite films. I have watched it, I don't know, in TV like for sure more than 10 times. But this one, I mean, for this one, I feel like the director, he didn't have like a clear idea about what to do with this film. And I don't know and at this moment, I don't know if he didn't, if in case he didn't have a clear idea, why he took the risk to film another one.
He really expanded the universe.
Because after this one, I'm pretty sure that the movie is not gonna be a big hit in the film industry, and probably it won't be a third one. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying okay, it's going to be canceled, the franchise and everything. No, but in my opinion, I don't know if a third one will work or it's gonna be approved because I don't know if this movie is gonna work this weekend. I don't know if it's gonna get high numbers.
No, I think the numbers aren't going to be where they were, but it wasn't that way for the first film. It took a while to gain the box office that they wanted, but it was really well done. I think Taron Egerton is his name. He's great in this. He's perfect for this role, and the return of Colin Firth is actually explained really well why he's back, and expanding into the American part of the world in this movie with the Statesman is unique too. The villain with what's that girl's name? The villain, I believe her name.
Julianne Moore.
Yeah, Julianne Moore. Yeah. So she was alright as the villain. There's a few parts that involve the villain's plot that I didn't love, but overall, it's a great spy movie and it's super long too. Sometimes if a movie's terrible and it's long, you're just sitting there waiting for it to end. But this movie is long, and you feel like you're satisfied and got your money's worth. That's how I feel.
Yeah, that's another big problem. I mean, the movie is like I think it's 2 hours and 20 minutes, and
I could have went the full 3.
And being honestly, I mean, after the first 30 minutes, I was just like trying to get away from the movie theater. I was ready to run, but at the same time, I mean, I was feeling I already spent money on this, so I will try to finish it. But I mean, guys, it was hard to finish it.
The plot's very convoluted. You can't just jump in halfway and understand what's going on, but that's good. It means you got to pay attention the whole time.
I mean,
there were so many like little moments that were hilarious in parts of the movie that I loved, and I think it just kept giving you good moments. And heroic moments too, with some of these people that didn't make it out of the movie. Well, we're doing spoilers. Like Mark Strong, who's a cool actor, he didn't make it out at the end. And his scene where he sacrifices himself for the mission is a great scene. You really feel for the character.
But Corey, come on. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's one of the parts that I'm really sad because honestly, Mark Strong, in my opinion, was one of the actors that really worked really good in this kind of films. But I mean, we already we told you guys that we are giving spoilers, but I mean, the way that he sacrificed for the other ones, like singing all the way, like for the audience.
But that's because the movie has set up.
It's inverosimil. I mean, I cannot believe the way he died. At least if they are gonna take it off from the film, I mean, maybe he should have like to find, or the director should like find another way of how to take it off from the movie, because I mean, in my opinion, it was not even heroic.
Well, to me it was. But let's talk a little about Elton John, who You think would just maybe have a small, fun cameo in this type of movie, but he actually played an integral role into the plot of this movie. Elton John.
Who is Elton John?
Elton John.
Oh, Elton John. Okay, cut also.
We're not cutting that. That's staying in.
No. Cut the. Okay,
We're not cutting that.
Elton John.
Elton John.
Oh my God, Elton John. What can I tell you guys about this famous singer? I mean, honestly, I didn't know that this guy was participating in the movie. It was a big surprise for me when I first.
Yeah, when you see, you think it's maybe a 2-second cameo.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking, or like, okay, Elton John is doing a cameo just for 1 or 2 seconds. Mm-hmm. But well, our big surprise, guys, was when we found out he was in most like half of this film.
Yeah.
And he was like interpreting like an important role in the film because he was like
he was the prisoner to Julianne Moore. And they kept going back to this bit that he's the prisoner and has to keep singing for her. And they kept going back to this joke of Elton John. You were kind of getting tired of it. But they kept doing it so many times that towards the end it became funny again. And then towards the end he's like kicking and fighting, and then I was laughing again.
I mean, for me, Elton John was I can say another point in the big list of the things that didn't work for me in the movie. I mean, I love him as a singer. He's a really well-known singer. He's really good in his business. But, I mean, come on. He's not an actor. And being there in the film for more than half of the film and doing stuff like he was fighting 2 bad guys and he was like flying around the scenario and everything. I mean, no. I again come back to the question. Why the director choose this kind of technique to film this movie? I don't know.
And lastly, for this movie, I want to say that you could feel the stakes, the dangers, because the first movie dealt with killing off mass population, and it's kind of that same plot where a whole bunch of people who do drugs are being killed off in this movie. But you could feel the stakes because Taron Egerton, our lead guy who plays Eggsy, he ends up falling in love with the Prince of Sweden, I believe, from the first movie. And they're a couple. And she gets infected with this virus and she could die. And you could feel the threat level of him trying to save her. And I thought the stakes were raised pretty well in this movie.
Yeah, and Cory, just to mention the one last thing about this movie review, can you tell us, to the audience and me, can you share what was the only part in the film that both agree that we really love about this movie?
I don't know if I can. Can you enlighten me on that?
Well, you were talking at the beginning about Colin Firth.
Oh yes, Colin Firth.
He came back from the dead. Yeah. So I
see. I didn't even need to talk about him because he's so good that you don't even need to mention.
Exactly. I mean, this is
he's not an action star.
This is the only part, guys, that I can agree with my partner because this actor is really good, and I think he's also an important thing he takes an important part of the film. So I'm feel happy that he came back. I mean, he was a good part in the film, so that's the only thing that I like it. I mean,
yeah. Well, overall, I was really satisfied and looking forward to the third one if it is to happen. But I feel like if there isn't a third one, it's a good 2-parter, and I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 for the Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
Well, if you want to listen my rating or my review, I will say I will give 3 or 4 out of 10. Because for me, it's not even half.
That's low.
I mean, for me, it's not even a 5. A solid 5, no. I mean, it can be for me a solid 3 or solid 4.
I think you got to give it at least a 5 because of the cinematography, the editing, the music.
Well,
you chuckled a few times? If you chuckled 3 times, you can give it a 5.
Okay. So I will say that I will give number 5, but that's it, no more. So it's still failing for me. Well, guys. We are right now. We are finishing our podcast number 2. Our
very first official podcast.
Our first, you're right, Cory. Our first very official podcast. I hope everybody enjoyed this podcast because we are doing it for you and for everybody. Please let us know what do you think. Let us know also if you have some comments about what topics would you like for us to discuss? So maybe we can take time for the next podcast and talk about this. So,
yeah,
you want to add something else, Cory, to the ending?
Yep, I just want to thank you guys for entering the cinematic dimension and discussing these topics. We look forward to next week for our weekly podcast discussing all the fun topics in movies and TV. And you can find me at maptogoldfilms.com and check us out. And thanks for listening.
I just want to thank you guys for being here listening us, and be ready for next week, because for sure we will bring something new to the table and we will talk about it, okay? Thank you again, and remember, I'm Roby Martinez, and see you next time.
Yeah, I'm Cory Gilchrist. Thanks for listening to the Cinematic Dimension Podcast.